What's up, guys? D-Lou Studios coming at you today. I got a good one today. Mortal Kombat 2. I just watched it last weekend, or this weekend, I must say. You know, get my thoughts after the intro, plus a little message. So guys, I'm going to get a little into detail in this video. This will be one of my longest videos yet. So yeah, let's start off with this movie. It is starring Karl Urban as Johnny Cage. But let's be honest, Kano definitely stole the show when it came to comedy in this movie. Whichever actor plays him done very well. But I still think Karl Urban was a great choice for Johnny Cage, and here's why. This movie is about 2 hours long, and it never dragged. And honestly, that is because of a lot of the comedy in the movie. Even when it wasn't tense and serious, there was a lot of comedy, which I really enjoyed. And Karl Urban did a very good job at this. There's a Baraka scene where he fights Baraka, and it is funny. Hilarious. It's in the trailer, by the way. This ain't a spoiler. But yes, it is great. But yes, Karl Urban did a fantastic job. I know a lot of people were hating on him, saying he wasn't the best Johnny Cage, and they wanted Glenn Powers, somebody to do that. To me, he was a perfect fit. I enjoyed it. You don't want him saying all the comedy, in my opinion. You want other casts to carry the movie as well. You don't want it to be a one-man show. And that's what I really loved about this movie in particular. There was a lot of different characters and a lot of different ways they contributed to the story. No one felt left out. And that was a big thing I was worried about. There was too many characters. They were going to leave somebody out that didn't have an important role. Now, let's get to the Cole Young controversy here. He wants to be in the new upcoming games. I think he should. I think he did a very well job in the first movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it as far, and they wanted some more of a Johnny Cage lead. I appreciate that to the real fans. I am a real Mortal Kombat fan, and yes, I would agree to that as well. Now, I think he didn't play a big role in this movie, but I appreciate the way he went out. This is a spoiler real quick. He does kill Shao Kahn, but Shao Kahn cheats by using the amulet from Raiden's powers, which I'm not going to go more in detail. Just know that Shao Kahn does cheat in this movie. He's not the best fighter out of everybody, but he does have the most aura. Wow, that man on screen was terrifying. Let's talk about Martin Ford real quick. But yes, Cole Young does have a bad fate in this movie. But, non-spoiler from here on out, Martin Ford, man, that man done an awesome job as Shao Kahn. That man stole the scenes. When he was on screen, every fight scene he was in was perfect. He has 2 great fight sequences in here. The last fight sequence of the movie and the beginning. The ones in between are fine. I really enjoyed the beginning one and the ending. The beginning set up for him to be this great villain, and the ending set up for his great demise. I will say, I would have liked to see him talk a little bit more, but I understand why they didn't do that. I think his voice was perfect. It was just like the video games, in my opinion. But yes, to talk about some more of the characters, Shao Kahn did a great job. Martin Ford, perfect. Liu Kang did very well. He carried the first one, in my opinion. He did very well in the first one. This one, he's a lot more built, and he has some emotional scenes with Kung Lao. Now, something interesting happens in the movie at the end with him. I'm not going to spoil that for you. Got to go watch the movie. It is a really good movie. But, yes, every character in here, Jax did very well. Katana, great surprise. She carried some of this movie as well. Great fight sequences. Her fans that she uses for weapons, awesome. Great fatalities in this movie. Yes, great fatalities in this movie. Every single fatality was pretty damn cool. But, now, this movie was not flawless in every way. It was flawless in a lot of ways. But I will say the good things about this movie were the pacing. I love the pacing in this movie. The fighting was top-notch. 5 out of 5 stars in the fighting. It was crazy as how the budget was so slim for this movie. This budget was only $80 million. That movie's going to make way more. It's going to make such a profit. This movie looked great for an $80 million budget. It was insane. All the set pieces, the stages, the designs was awesome. Enjoyed it, every single bit of it. But yeah, I mean, to get back into it, I mean, the flawless good things about this movie was the fighting, the pacing, and I actually like the side quests in this movie. And you'll see it when you watch the movie. It's a great side quest. And some people were hating on it, and I don't get why. I thought it was a great switch up from the story and the fighting for a second, and it goes on a side quest, and you get to see an awesome character from the games. And it's awesome. I enjoyed it. Every single bit of this movie I enjoyed. There wasn't anything that I was really disappointed in. But yeah, the side quest. What else? The set designs, I already said that. Set designs were perfect in every way. And I'm actually disappointed that the critics hated on this movie. I mean, not hated, but it's only got like a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. It should be like an 80. This movie was really good. They're just hating. I can't stand critic scores. It's ridiculous. Go for the audience scores. And they're at like a 90, which is realistic to me. This movie was good. It was solid. But, you know, to get into my negatives about the movie, there are some. I will say the story could have been written a little bit better, but to its defense, Mortal Kombat games are confusing in the way the story is set up. There's a lot of different set designs, a lot of different character arcs, and it does switch up from time to time in the games. So for it to be 100% perfect in the movie is not really possible, in my opinion. I think it was good enough to catch my attention. Also, another good point was the comedy was on point. That was another pro for this movie. But to finish up with the cons, I would say the story was a little bit plot hole-ish in ways. I think that's a word. But another con, I would say, there was a couple CGI moments where they probably could have tuned it a little bit better. I would have liked to see more Carl Urban comedy. He does do a great job, though. Don't get me wrong. Great Johnny Cage. Could have been more comedy from him. Now, let's see. I wasn't terribly big on Jade in this movie. She looks different than in the games. I would have appreciated hair on Jade. They made her bald, which is fine, I guess. But, you know, her role ended up getting a little bit better throughout the movie. She was kind of bland in the beginning to me. But let's talk about one of the key moments in this movie that I thought was the most fan service ever, and that is Noob Saibot. Or they called him Bihan in the movie, but it's Noob Saibot, dude. His entrance was epic. The fight sequence between him and Scorpion at the end was awesome. That is something you wait for since you were a child. This was great. Scorpion actually had a good sequence in here. I enjoyed seeing him in the movie. He played a big part at the end of the first one, and he plays a really good part at the end of this one. You'll see when you watch it. But also Kano, man, I can't say this enough. Kano was hilarious. Every time he was on screen, I enjoyed it. He said some of the most just present jokes, like in today's time, just about movies that are famous now. And it's hilarious. Carl Urban does mention, he does drop some stuff, but Kano really sets in. One more negative. They made Quan Chi look a little weak in here. Quan Chi is not weak. In the games, he is not weak. They made him look like a wimp. He's not a wimp. Quan Chi is actually very strong. The character playing him did very well, though. And he had a little part in here, and I get you can't put all the cast and make it a 2-hour movie. If you're going to do that, it's got to be like 5 hours with all the character arcs. But I think they did it well enough. I do think he was a little weak, and maybe they set him up to just be playing that part, and maybe he comes up in the next movie, which the next movie I think is in pre-production right now. But yes, that was one problem I did have with that side of things. And I think that's about it as far as cons with me. I think it was fine. Everything else was a pro. I enjoyed this movie from start to finish. This movie got a 9 out of 10 for me, and I know a lot of people might disagree and say should be like a 7.5 or 8. But guys, come on. This is probably, and I will say this is a very hot take. This is probably the best game adaptation of a movie that I've ever seen. This is the best game put on screen, especially for the fans. They listened. From the first movie, which was mid, this movie was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, this is a 9 out of 10 for me easy, or a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, however you rate your movies. I do have Letterboxd as well, but this was awesome. Can't say it enough, can't stress it enough. This is a great first watch, and it's very rewatchable, and that's how I rate my movies. If I don't want to rewatch it, it's not getting a high grade. Even if it was an okay first watch, it's not getting a high grade. This movie was a 9 out of 10. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. It was so fun to watch. I'd go watch it again today. It was unbelievable. It really made me happy. This movie really made me happy. A lot of my friends agreed. A lot of my friends went and watched it as well. They loved it. And some of them played the game, some of them didn't. Even if they didn't play the games, they still loved the movie. The powers were used very well. Some of the powers could have been less used, I think. They could have been used more in important spots. But Shao Kahn's power, the shoulder rush, was awesome. It was my favorite power for sure. Obviously, Liu Kang's dragon fire that he had in the movie when he hit Shao Kahn with it was really cool. But Shao Kahn had the coolest fighting in here to me. The Liu Kang and Kung Lao fight was the best fight scene out of the whole movie, but as an overall, Shao Kahn stole it when it came to fighting. I enjoyed every bit of his fighting. It was so cool. It was just, you felt him on screen. He was creepy. His presence, all the moves he did, the hammer was awesome. But yes, guys, let me know what you guys think about this movie. This is one of my favorite movies so far this year. It might be my favorite so far this year, and it could be my favorite the whole year. We'll see. There's a lot of good movies coming out, which I will get to later this week. But yes, guys, go watch this movie. This is awesome. 9 out of 10 for me and a lot of my friends that watched it. And, guys, you know what I'm going to say. Hot takes loading.